$5 billion that they said they were due? Gracie knows it's wrong. The question is, do you? I would guess you do now. Now, if we could just get the governor to understand this, we'd be all set. Now, Gracie can't seem to get an appointment, but we're hopeful that maybe you can contact him and kind of fill in the blanks there for him. So this is the problem we have. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually divide school districts up so you can see who really gets the money and who really doesn't get the money. So what I've done is this one represents the first 10% of school districts, the poorest school districts in the state. This is the next 10%. They're a little wealthier than the poorest, but not much. Matter of fact, the poorest school district in the state, their average CWR is 0.39. In other words, they're about a third of average. The next 10%, they're still below half. The third 10% is just making it above half, and so on. Matter of fact, you don't even get the average until you're between 7 and 8 on this scale. The wealthiest school districts in the state, on average, have a CWR of 5.74, which means that compared to the first ones, they're only 15 times on average wealthier. Now, where are you? Well, you're all over the place, actually. You're actually in deciles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this graph up, and we're going to take a look at the governor's proposal for state aid. Now, this is the governor's proposal. What he had last year was he said, you know what I want to do? That $725 we're going to give Gracie. Well, here's what they said. The school districts of the poorest, I want to give them $297 per child back. In other words, they're calling it restore. They're going to reduce the reduction by $297 per child. Then the next group, which are still low wealth, $239. The next one, $207. The next one, $169, all the way down to the wealthiest school districts. He was only going to give $8 back. On its face, it does look like it's kind of the right thing to do. Because what happens here is he's trying to say, I'll give the people who need it the most, the most. But that brings me to Gracie again. So I have to keep testing Gracie because I guess I'm a next teacher, and I just want to make sure she's learning economics in 4th grade. So what I say to her is, Gracie, you got to help me out. I've got a 4-cushion couch, right, Gracie? She says, yes, you have a 4-cushion couch, Grandpa. Thank you for the tough questions. So, okay, here we go. We've been playing with play money. Remember, you wanted to learn how to make change? So I've got 4 $1 bills. I'm going to pretend each cushion is a person. So watch me. So I put $1 on each cushion. And I say to Gracie, Gracie, did I treat each of these people fairly and equally? And Gracie says, yes, you did. And as a good teacher, I say, show your work. And she says, well, look, you got 4 people, you had $4. They each got $1. They all got the same amount. The same amount would be equal. Therefore, you treated them equally. They all got the same thing. How could that not be fair? I said, okay, Gracie, so far so good. Let's try this. Let's find out about the people. So I go to the first cushion. I say, could you tell me a little bit about yourself? And the cushion says, hi, I'm a wounded vet coming back from Afghanistan. I've been unemployed for 2 years. I can't find a job. The next cushion says, hi, I'm 60 years old. I was unemployed during the Great Recession. I'm unemployed, and I just lost my house. The next person says, look, I haven't done well. I got laid off. I lost my job. I lost my insurance. I'm living under a bridge. The next person says, hi, I'm Justin Bieber. So we'll move it up to Warren Buffett for this group. Okay, just kind of keep it going. So I said, okay, Gracie, let's try it again. Now, did I treat these people fairly, and did I treat them equally? And Gracie said, well, wait a minute. You treated them equally because there's 4 people, you had $4, but I don't think you treated them fairly. I say, Gracie, why not? She goes, well, the first 3 people don't actually have anything. I mean, they're very needy, Grandpa. And they got the same as Justin Bieber, who already had $1 zillion here. So you don't think I treated them fairly, but I did treat them equally. She said, yes. Gracie understands the concept known as equity, something that has eluded state government. So I said, Gracie, see if I can do better. So I have 3 more $1 bills and a pocket full of plastic coins. Let's try it. $1.33, $1.33, $1.33, 1 penny. Gracie, did I do better? Yes, you did, Grandpa. Tell me why, Gracie. Well, you gave more money to the people who needed it the most. So I was what? She said, well, it was much more fair. It was fairer, I think. I like that better. It was fairer. Helped out people who needed it the most. I mean, Justin Bieber didn't need actually anything, but I don't even know why you gave him a penny, but you did give the other people more money. I said, okay, Gracie, so you do understand equity. But let's go a little step further. We just had a lunch at McDonald's where I had a chocolate milkshake, we had a couple of cheeseburgers, we had that hot apple pie, and you gave the girl the money because you wanted to see her make change, right? Now, answer this for me, Grace Mathematical Wizard. Could each of the people sitting here have bought the lunch we just bought? She goes, well, Justin Bieber, yes, because he already had money, but the other three, no. I said, why not? She says, they don't have enough money. I said, come on, Gracie, how can they not have enough money? Didn't I just give them more than anybody else? She goes, yeah, Grandpa, but it wasn't enough. And therein lies the problem. The problem is, does everybody have enough for the same program? The answer is no. The wealthy have enough innately. Low wealth districts don't, and the state is withholding it. Now, the governor is attempting to actually here, let me get my little pointer, here, provide the poorest with the most and the wealthiest with the least. But the problem is the next poor are almost as poor as the poorest. But look at the drop. These people are almost like these people, but look at the drop. These people are almost like these people and these people, but look at the drop. It looks equitable, but it's not if you really look at the relationship between the groups. If that green line followed the red line, you would say it was equitable. But until it does, it's not. It's kind of like a little fake out here. Now, knowing this, the legislature came up with its own proposal. Here's the legislative proposal. Now, this would not pass the Gracie test. So what we've got here is they gave the poorest the least, the wealthiest the most, the next wealthiest down there, and then these people out of the blue over here, and then the second to the poorest, like right there, a little more than just the poor, but still less than the next poor. You start saying to yourself, what? What are they thinking? Well, what they were going to do is they were actually going to add this line, this little dot, to that dot, and create another dot. And here's how it works. Look. The purple is the addition of the green line and the blue line together, and that's what they settled on. So they ended up giving these people more, so they did help some of the poorest of the poor, but then it fell off. Now, they still owed the poorest of the poor more to get them up to equity. Why couldn't they fill that in? Could it be because they diverted money to here? Right? Remember, the three cushions each had $2.33. One of them could have had $2.34, except they decided to give Justin Bieber a penny. I diverted funds from the poor to a wealthy person who didn't even need the money. Anybody catching on here? Now, the part that kills me that you don't know is, this looks like, it's a good start. Actually, this is the best distribution we've ever had.